Nitro RC nerds here. About 15 years ago, my father-in-law said something that has stuck with me all these years, and that was, learning never stops. And I believe that in all aspects of life, and of course, this holds true for the RC hobby as well, especially the Nitro RC hobby. In fact, the day that I stop learning things within this hobby will be the day that I become bored with it. However, I really don't see that happening. You know, the way I see it, seek and you shall learn. Maybe I just came up with some phrase chock full of wisdom right there. But anyways, I did a video recently on replacing fuel tubing. And I've replaced fuel tubing quite a bit, but it was the first time ever that I had used aftermarket tubes. And in doing so, I learned something, which I think is pretty cool. Now, when I ordered these, I checked to ensure that the inside diameter were the same specs as the stock tubes. In fact, one of them even stated it supported that specific model. I don't remember which one it was, but as an example, when I was purchasing it, it said, you know, supports these models, including the Mugen MBX6R. When I got them on, I noticed that they seemed a little bit smaller, just by a hair. So the inside diameter of the aftermarket seemed just a little bit smaller, but I was able to fit them on no problem. So I thought, okay, that's cool. However, they didn't work. Let me show you what I mean. Just get it coming back here. Now what I'll do is I'll put on the aftermarket fuel tubing and watch what happens. So here's what Andrew does when he's sick and his mom's away and he's not supposed to be exerting himself or playing outside. Busted. Me, I don't care. I mean, you know, if he's well enough to be out there, he's well enough to be out there. I don't care if you rest or not. He's not like he's a damn cat or something. He'll know when he's, if he's not feeling well enough to be outside, he'll come home. Alright, so here we go. And yes, I fully realize in the running you just saw, the engine's very rich. Because I was tweaking the needles earlier when I couldn't figure out what the hell was happening. But watch now, with this new fuel tubing on, it's going to kill the engine. Every time. Now we'll put it back to stock fuel tubing, and I should note that it doesn't matter if I'm driving it on the starter box or on the road. Very consistent behavior. This time you'll see it won't kill it. So what has been learned here? Well, for me, it's just adding one more variable that can be introduced to affect the way your engine runs or the way your RC car runs in general. I really never would have thought that such a minute difference in fuel tubing, especially one that fit on and was supposedly supported for it, have that much of an effect on the engine. But I did it probably 6 times where I swapped out and it was 100% consistent. So that was the obvious problem, and boy, kind of sucks because I really was digging that red fuel tubing. Of course, I'm having the same problem here on Andrews now, and this is the first time that I ran it before I put the aftermarket yellow tubing. In fact, I put 2 different aftermarket brands in it. Same results. I haven't yet put the stock back in it, but I will, and we'll see. But there's always something. That's the cool thing. Learning never stops. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day.